Good evening, Glendorans and students and everyone else that's with us tonight. It's Monday night, October 28th, 2024. This is the regular meeting of the Board of Education of the Glendora Unified School District. We are going to... Pardon? Oh, I was just getting to that on my little piece of paper here. We are going to reconvene, that's the word I was looking for. Open session at 7:05 p.m. And if we can reconvene with roll call, please, of who's here tonight.
Member Merkley?
I'm here.
Vice President Garcia?
Here.
Board Clerk Lopez?
Here.
Board President Clifford?
I am present. We'll move from that to the Pledge of Allegiance. And Diego, would you mind leading us in the pledge tonight? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. We'll move to 3.4, which again is an incredible night because we do have action to report out of closed session. Three quick things. 2.6, the GUSD, upon a motion by Robin Merkley, seconded by Monica Garcia, and a vote of 4 yeses, approved a settlement agreement for case number 202-408-0069. Secondarily, the Glendora Unified School Board of Trustees, upon a motion by Trustee Garcia, seconded by Trustee Merkley, and a vote of 4 yeses, approved a settlement case for case number 20241000298. And in closing out our closed session, the Glendora Unified Board of Trustees in closed section on a motion from Robin Merkley, seconded by Monica Garcia, 4 yeses, approved a stipulated expulsion agreement for student case number 24-31028. That'll move us to 3.5, which is an adoption of tonight's agenda. May I have a motion for that, please?
So moved.
A motion, is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, we'll move right on to 3.6, which is board recognition of the National Merit Semifinalist, CIF Champion of Character, Dr. DeGrazia.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished members of the board, distinguished guests, we have tonight with us 2 National Merit semifinalists that Mrs. Norrell, Glendora High School, her high school principal, is going to tell us about their impressive backgrounds and these impressive individuals who have been selected as such.
Perfect. And I'm going to call both of them up right now. Will Carter Prince and Dia Ravi Shankar please join me up here? Carter is currently taking 4 AP courses and has a weighted GPA of 4.44. He is a 3-year member of our cross-country team and has already competed in 2 years as a track and field athlete, with a 3rd year coming, right, Carter? All right, good job. His greatest high school memory is when a few of his friends and he got together to integrate the Gaussian function. For those of you like me who had to Google this, it is a calculus function that is well beyond the level that they study at the high school level. Carter would like to attend a 4-year college and plans to major in plant science, eventually leading to a career in agriculture. Carter Prince. Dia is currently taking 5 AP courses and has a weighted GPA of 4.65. A fourth-year member of our chamber orchestra, she has been a part of the chamber for the last 2. She counts trips to Disneyland and the LA County Fair with orchestra as some of her fondest high school memories. She plans to attend a 4-year college and major in molecular biology. She qualified for this honor this evening by scoring a perfect 1,520 on the PSAT and MSQT in 2023. Dia.
Important to note, as Mrs. Norrell mentioned, that the perfect score and the high scores, over 1.3 million juniors in about 21,000 high schools across the United States entered this competition, the 2024 National Merit Scholarship Competition, by taking the past PSAT, or National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test, which serves as an initial screen of program entrance. The nationwide pool of semifinalists represents less than 1% of high school seniors and includes the highest scoring entrants in each state. We're looking at 2 of them. Congratulations to both of our National Merit semifinalists. And to the board, questions or comments?
I just want to say congratulations. So proud of all of your efforts and the hard, you guys set the bar like way up here. But thank you for working so hard. I know your parents have to be super proud of you. Dia, I kind of threw a message out. My daughter was looking through pictures today because for an assignment for school, I won't make it long. And we saw a picture of little Dia, from way back in the day. And she's like, that's Dia. I was like, oh my gosh, Dia's getting recognized tonight. She's like, of course she is. She's brilliant. So congratulations to both of you. I can't wait to see what the rest of your journey holds for you. I know you're going to do big things. And don't forget about Glendora.
Just really quickly, I can tell you're well-rounded too, sports and music. I love that you take more than just studying, because obviously it takes hard work, because you can be brilliant and not put forth the work. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for representing Glendora so well.
I would like to also say congratulations, because it's, I don't think people understand that California is the most competitive state. When you think nationally, the most competitive across the country. So what you've done is very special, and you're very special people, and you're doing great things at Glendora High School. We look forward to see what you do in the future. And I agree with the well-roundedness. It's good to see students that are well-rounded. And but I don't know what that function thing is. That's way above. That's way above what I could ever think of. So congratulations.
And we have some nice certificates for you right here. So I don't know if you want to take a picture with your principal or with, what do you want to do? Okay, let's take a picture. Everybody could get that big of a score now. Okay. The next item that we have here is public comment, and I have no speaker cards. Yeah, it's a good time to go. Oh, wait, did I miss Mr. How could I do that? Yeah, I don't see it here, though.
That's okay.
Oh, champion of character. All right, so, yeah, I thought it was all together there, you're right. Okay, the next item we have is our CIF champion of character, and this is quite an honor for one of Glendora's finest families that are here. It's a legacy, actually. I'll let Dr. DeGrazia introduce
Thank
this
you.
champion.
Thank you. The CIF Champions for Character Award is an award given to high school students, student athletes, coaches, and administrators who demonstrate both a competitive spirit and the following 6 pillars of character. This individual embodies all of these and then some. Trustworthiness, responsibility, respect, fairness, caring, and citizenship. The CIF Southern Section Ethics Committee and Sports Committee created the award to recognize coaches who can balance their competitive nature, most of the time during games, with these character traits. The award is considered the only recognition in California that highlights schools and coaches for their character, which certainly can impact spectators, participants, and students for years to come. Mrs. Norrell is going to tell us about our award winner this year.
All right, well, I'm going to make him come up as well with me while we talk about him, just to embarrass him a little bit more. This past September, the CIF Southern Section recognized our very own Gordon Hamlow as the CIF Jim Staunton Champion for Character Coaches Award recipient, a fantastic honor for a fantastic teacher and coach. Gordon joined our teaching and coaching staff in 2018 after graduating from GHS, get ready to do the math, students, in 1991. Jerry Llewellyn, Rod Tilton, and I collaborated on his nomination award, and I wanted to read a little bit of what we put into his application. While I could go on and on about Gordon and his accomplishments, victories, and accolades, it's the things that Gordon teaches our student athletes through basketball that make the biggest difference. I watch as his team enters the gym. They go to every adult in the vicinity, including all of their assistant coaches, to give a fist bump or a high five and thank them for coming. They learn at the start it isn't about their individual stats, but rather about the team and the history of our school. His players are respectful and examples of greatness of high school athletics on our campus. Gordon has built a program, not a team. Over the last 7 seasons, he has maintained 66 seniors. They are not always his starting 5, usually they're role players, but these are outstanding humans who Gordon celebrates equally to his athletes, breaking individual records. Gordon is just as important of an asset in the classroom as he is on the court. He demonstrates daily the importance of being a member of our school community, celebrating students and the traditions of GHS. My personal favorite John Wooden quote is to be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. In Gordon's case, both are equally revered by our students, staff, and community. We thank Gordon and honor him again this evening, and I know he wants to start off thanking someone because he screwed this up royally at the dinner, so I'm going to give him a minute to cover.
I do want to thank my wife, since that didn't hit Connie. She's right there. And I'll thank my mom and dad for being able to make it this time as well.
He kind of forgot that at the awards banquet, so. Can you take the spot? That's all I have. You already thanked. No, they're going to talk about you now, Coach.
Do we have any questions or comments to Mr. Hamlow?
I just want to say congratulations, Mr. Hamlow. I feel like in the last few months, I've gotten to know a little bit more about you because my son is part of the basketball program, and he speaks very highly of you. I think there is a lot to say when you can not demand respect, but gain respect from these little individuals who are so opinionated and very different than, everybody has their own opinions. And I love hearing about the way the boys see you. And, I've always heard that character is what you do when no one's watching. But with you, it's like they're always watching, right? No matter, even when you think they're not, they're watching and they're learning and emulating in so many ways. So I feel like as a coach, just like with a teacher, there's so much responsibility in that sense, right? Because our kids are just watching every move that we do. And even when we're not at our greatest, they're watching. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for always remembering that these young men are watching. And thank you for being cognizant of that and for being an example to them. I appreciate you.
I'm headed over to see Isaiah right after we're done.
Yes, he'll be there.
I just want to say thank you because I think sports are so important in so many ways, and the coach is the one that sets the spirit of the team, how they react to each other. And sounds like you're doing a great job. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, there's a lot I could say. He was a CIF champion in football a long, long time ago when I was part of a coaching staff and we had a good run. But we were very fortunate in 2018 to get Gordon back to Glendora High School. And it was we were looking for a basketball coach, and it says we targeted Gordo and said, hey, we need to get him back. So how are we going to get him back? And we were very, very lucky, and we were blessed to get him back. And then 2 years later, which, you know, he told me he's never won a CIF championship, right? 2 years later, after 2 years of being at Glendora, he wins a CIF championship. So super proud of him at that point, and all the things he's accomplished. And, you know, the best thing about it was, and Jamie's alluded to it a little bit, was he is a great teacher. And he loves teaching the students that struggle learning math. And so he can put it, he teaches in different ways so that kids can show their mastery, show what they've learned differently. And so he's always that out of the box kind of thinker, and he does that in the classroom, but he also does that in the basketball coach. Really fair. The 6 pillars fit him exactly. So really proud of what you've done, Gordon, and happy you're back at Glendora. And hopefully you'll be here till you retire. I think that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Right?
Thanks, Coach.
Congratulations.
Gordon, you have a nice little thing we'll present you with, but I just think it's cements my faith in God, in community, just kind of how you end up back in the seat you're in, how you grew up, and the elephant in the room is the family legacy that's sitting, you know, right behind you. You know, your father has a basketball court named after him. And it's just, your family did the right thing as they nurtured you through this Glendora High School or Glendora School District. You graduated from the school, you went out and learned a couple of great things, and you came back and you're sharing that with our community. And while doing that, that community is giving back to you. So it's a great circle, and I couldn't be prouder of you and of your family, and of all of the lives that you and your family have touched in this city. So I think you have no options other than to retire from here. And we look forward to a lot of sound advice for our children, and win or lose, that you give them that fire inside to make them go through the program and be champions. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
And we'd like to present this little bauble to you if we could and take a picture. Thank you.
I didn't think so.
You've been to that rodeo before.
Right, yeah.
Okay, now. It's hers. Go through it discreetly, please.
Thank you.
All right, now we will move to public comment, and unless anything has changed, we have no cards, so I will open and close public comment. Awesome. Not that we don't like public comment, but it's nice that there is none tonight because if the World Series is on, I hope you all know that. So there you go. Okay, now we are going to move to one of our highlights of the evening, the Student Board Member Report. Diego, are you ready? Okay, you're on.
Lefetra Elementary. October has been an exciting month at Lefetra. We started the month with our biggest fundraiser of the year, our Move-a-thon. Our families helped raise over $30,000 to go back to our school. This month, we also had a ribbon cutting ceremony for our STEAM lab, followed by our annual family STEAM night. LaFetra teachers, parents, and even avid high school students volunteered to make it a successful event. We had our first PTA assembly, and we enjoyed a thrilling BMX show. Miss Verna Johnson even braved the top of the ramp as a cyclist jumped over her. This past Friday, PTA hosted a trunk or treat and pumpkin patch in our parking lot. Teachers and PTA members decorated their cars, creating a fun trick-or-treating experience for students and families. This week, we're celebrating Red Ribbon Week, which will end with our Halloween parade with a purpose. Sellers Elementary. Sellers Walkathon was held on October 4th. PTA raised over $70,000 in parent donations this year. Elementary teachers participated in a writing collaboration on October 21st to the 23rd. Teachers met with their grade level teachers across the district to discuss new writing rubrics and look over student writing samples. The teachers were excited to approach writing in a new way, and positive comments were made regarding the new writing rubrics. Our STEAM lab mural was completed and it looks great. PTA has now commissioned the Briley girls to paint new murals on our handball courts. Those will be painted November 1st to the 3rd. Red Ribbon Week is this week with dress-up days each day. It will culminate in our annual pumpkin carving contest and Halloween parade on October 31st. Thank goodness for the PD Day on November 1st. Goddard Middle School. Goddard Food Drive. The annual Goddard Food Drive started on October 21st. Food donations will go to the Glendora Community Coordinating Council. They will in turn make food baskets and deliver them to families in need. We have done really well with these food drives in the past and have collected truckloads of food for families in need. ASB had a Handel's ice cream fundraiser on Wednesday, October 23rd. Proceeds will support ASB activities on campus. On Thursday, October 24th, teachers participated in all middle school collaborative professional development with Sandberg. Teachers met within their departments and discussed topics like common assessments, best practices, and started discussions concerning AI. Dodger Day came to Goddard on Friday, October 25th. Students celebrated the Dodgers making the World Series by wearing Dodger gear or blue. ASB is planning Red Ribbon Week and a big dance celebration for Halloween. Each day, students will be encouraged to dress to the advertised anti-drug theme. The dance will be immediately after school on October 31st, so students can get home early for family activities. After the first quarter, we have 623 students with a 3.0 GPA and above. After the first quarter, we have 528 students with a 3.5 GPA and above. As of October 21st, 2024, we have 308 students with perfect attendance. That means no tardies or absences. As always, please check out the Rocketeer for up-to-date news. That'll be it.
Diego, anything else you want to say?
No, that'll be it for me.
Okay. If you want to leave early to catch the game, you can be dismissed to do that. Otherwise, you can hang out with us. Oh, wait, to do homework. You can stay. Just stay. All right, the next item is 4.2, comments from the members of the Board of Education. I'll start to my far right. Director Merkley.
Thank you. Just have a few things. We are offered through CSBA webinars, and I attended one last week, Understanding Cultural Responsive Principal Pipelines, and I'm really excited. This week, there's one on AI in the classroom, so I'm looking forward to learning more about that because AI is here to stay, and we need to know how to use it, so I'm excited about that. Went to the Whitcomb High School Quarterly Recognition Brunch last week. Love that. Saw you, Diego. Good job. Way to represent us. Appreciate that. They have a group. It was at the ATP, the Adult Transition Program, and they call themselves Munchies, right? And they sold jewelry. Can you see my earrings, my bracelets? Anyway, they had cute earrings and things that they made for sale, and they'll be selling them again. I think they're going to make some Christmas stuff too, so I'm looking forward to that. Went to the Orchestra Autumn Enchantment, and I was enchanted. I was just so impressed. It was so good, and it was great. And then to the Education Foundation Fall Fundraiser at the Bus Plaza. Man, it was so exciting to see all the great things that were going on, see the choir performance, looking forward to Adam's family. I think I'll be back in town. Then, as a personal announcement, my son and his wife had a baby last Wednesday, number 12 grandchild. It's a boy. So now we're 6 and 6, so excited. I know, all tied up. Is there going to be a tiebreaker? Slowing down, we'll see.
First of all, welcome to all of our students that are in the audience. For those at home, they don't get to see you, but I want them to know that you are here, and I'm so proud of you. Yeah, why are you here?
We're happy to have
Is it an assignment? Yeah? For what class? So it's an assignment. I'm repeating it because the audience can't hear. An assignment for? Government. Which teacher? Mr. Smith, thank you for sending over your students. We are happy to have them. And it's going to be a quick one, so you'll be home just in time, not to watch the game, but to finish your homework. And so welcome. I think it's so important for our youth to be involved, to understand the importance of their civic engagement. With that said, election day is coming up. Exercise your vote, your right to vote, and vote. I don't care who you vote for, just vote. It's important. Happy Red Ribbon Week. I'm excited for the Screenagers movie that is going to be available tomorrow at the Little Theater, correct? At GHS. I want our community to know our... Oh yeah, today's Monday. Gosh, it's already been a long week. On Wednesday, sorry, you have more time to prep. I would love our parents especially to know that the district is very intentional about these opportunities that they offer our parents. We're not going to have you miss an evening at home for something that is not worthwhile. And I saw the preview to Screenagers, and I did a little research, and I found it to be extremely valuable. And I hope that our parents and our students are able to come out and view this movie. I think it's extremely important, especially with the amount of social media access that our students have today. Listen, I love social media. I'm on it, but it also has its dangers, and it's important that we're aware of them, and that the more we know, the more prepared we are to handle these issues, especially for parents that are giving kids this access. It's important that we know how to deal with the issues that do come up. So I highly encourage you to please participate. Please come. Let's learn how to parent through this digital age together. Happy Halloween coming up. Don't eat too much candy. And Feliz Dia de los Muertos for those of us that celebrate the Day of the Dead. Yesterday was when the pets come back to visit us. I'm sad to say my dog did not come back. But it is a beautiful tradition, and I would love to see more awareness of it because it's really, really fun, colorful, vibrant, and it celebrates death instead of fearing it. And it welcomes back our loved ones in a very fun and engaging way, not in a sad way, but with music and food and color and flowers. So it's one of my favorite holidays of our culture. I agree with Mrs. Merkley that Whitcomb recognition, the GEF Plaza, all of those amazing opportunities for us to be engaged with our community, with our students, with our teachers. Thank you to all of our teachers who helped out with the GEF event. It was so nice to see the performances. And another little plug for the arts calendar. Please support our arts program. There's so many amazing things going on. Yes, I do have 2 kids in orchestra, so I'm a little biased. I feel like they're amazing and they're very entertaining. But also the what is it called? The drama department. My gosh, like I love going to those things, and you don't have to travel very far or pay a lot of money, and it supports our students in getting their time on stage and getting to have an audience. I mean, it's important to have an audience. It really brings out the best in you. So I highly encourage you to attend those events. I think that's all I have.
Thank you.
Are you sure you need more time?
Very quick for me, I just want to let you know that I belong to a group called the LA County School Trustees Association, another acronym, LACSTA. We've had a couple of meetings recently. The last meeting we had was a seminar on Proposition 2, which is on the ballot, and on AI and how administrators, students, and everyone in the educational arena is now using this. And it was pretty impressive where I watched a student actually go on AI and ask for a PowerPoint presentation with a discussion, and it totally prepared it. Student went back and kind of refined it and made it their own, and it was a quite interesting exercise. I also watched an AR exercise where they actually created an entire podcast, a 15-minute podcast, by just asking to please create a podcast for these 3 subjects for 15 minutes, and it absolutely did that. And it was just like it was a real podcast. So it's a very powerful tool. I think education will be able to benefit from it. It just needs to have some boundaries around it, and that's what we're all figuring out. But there were a lot of meetings about that and a lot of time. By the way, we spend a lot of time doing things like all of the events the aforementioned talked about. So those are some really important ones. We had a lot of emails this week about different things happening at all of our schools. And on the weekends, we spend a lot of time at the schools with the sports that our children and grandchildren are in. So our facilities are looking better, and that's a good thing. In closing, I want to echo what one of my colleagues said. Tuesday, November 5th is an important day. You get to exercise the democratic process of whatever you believe in, which I think is nice. So you get to go to the ballot box, or you can do early voting, or whatever you do. Just take advantage of that opportunity. Take that. I would love Glendora to be the shining example of voter turnout. I'd love it to be 100% turnout of registered voters. So for all you students out there, remind your peeps that are 18 and your families, ask them if they're registered, make sure they vote. But it's really an important thing to do, I think, and it kind of differentiates us from other countries, and it's a good thing to do. So I have nothing further, which means we will go to the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the board, distinguished guests. A few announcements for tonight and comments. I want a special thanks and commendations to our Parent Advisory Committee. We met for the first time last week. We'll meet again in December. Great input right from the very beginning. Our Student Advisory Committee is actually meeting Wednesday, and that'll be our second meeting with that group of the year, so we look forward to that. We appreciate every student's and family's diligence with attendance. Attendance has been strong. It has been maintained a great consistency this year, so kudos to all. We want to sustain that and push forward as Friday marks the calendar and flips the calendar to November. There's some days to look forward to in November. Certainly, Veterans Day, some breaks here and there, and then the Thanksgiving week at the end of the month. So keep pushing forward and maintaining positive attendance. If you're not here, you obviously cannot learn or participate in things such as fall sports or different winter and spring sports throughout the year. GHS fall sports updates. Volleyball just finished their year. They finished strong. They were the league champions, and then they went into the CIF playoffs, won their first round game at home, and came up against a very difficult team, Campbell Hall, in the second round, and actually lost that match, but had a great season. Kudos to them. Field hockey is still playing. They're awaiting seeding, I believe, for their CIF. Girls flag football, the inaugural season. Outstanding season, great winning season. Unfortunately, they did not qualify for CIF. We were in a very difficult league with Bonita and Ayala ahead of us. And tackle football this Friday night is the last regular season football game of the year, and we'll await their possibility for CIF play. So that's a little bit of the happenings with fall sports coming to a conclusion. Winter sports now gearing up. Sutherland, just a couple announcements on Veterans Day celebrations. Sutherland will have a salute to veterans on November 6th at 1:30 p.m. at their school, and Goddard will have their annual Veterans Day honoring our veterans ceremony on November 8th at 8:30. Thank you.
All right.
Yes,
Thank
AM.
you for that report. We appreciate it. Our next item, any questions about the report? Okay, our next item is item 5.1, approval of the developer fee annual report for the reporting period ending June 30, 2024. As presented, I believe our CFO is going to do a presentation on that for us.
Yes, sir. Okay. So reporting on the developer fees for the year ending June 30, 2024. The district's annual reporting period is June 30th, and we collected a total of $324,523. So just a little background on the developer fees, which is allocated using Fund 25, which is the capital facilities funds. It's for addressing the financial demands of new residential and commercial developments. And as I mentioned, the $324,000 represents contributions from new single-family homes, home additions, and some commercial projects that are happening in our city. And these funds are specifically used to enhance some of our facilities as well as infrastructure, and to really, it's for ensuring that our schools are equipped for the growing student population. That's the basics of that. And then this year, we only expended $4,480,000. And as far as the fund balance is concerned, we started the year with $3,746,720. And then we have fees we collected is $324,353. Interest income is $161,992. Expenditures of $4,480, and we're ending the fund balance for the Fund 25 is $4,228,685.
Thank you for that report. Are there any questions from the board?
I do have a question. Can you tell us a little bit about how that money can be used?
So that money can be utilized for some capital projects, or, for example, to enhance infrastructure for the growing students, or some projects. For example, we're using a portion of that fund for our pool, GHS pool remodel that will be taking place in the next couple of years.
And then so far as the 4.2, how much of it have we allocated this year other than the pool? Is that all we've?
That's all we
budgeted
have
for?
budgeted so far.
And you said how much of it, do you know, are we using for the
I
pool?
think we currently are saying 1.5 million. That's depending on the total contributions that we will be receiving from the city. But for now, it's 1.5.
From this fund in particular?
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, any further questions? Okay, then the action tonight is the Board of Education accept the developer fee annual report for the reporting period ended June 30, 2024. Any further discussion? Can I have a motion to accept the report?
I motion to accept the report.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, then it is accepted. Thank you very much. That moves us to item, the consent calendar, which is items 7.1 through 10.2 tonight, that will all be approved by one vote. May I have a motion for that, please?
I move that we approve them all at once.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? The consent calendar is done. That being said, we move down to item 11.1, which is adjournment. This meeting is adjourned at 7:43. Any